Hello and welcome to Love Anything Art. Today I'll show you how I made this super easy and simple bracelet that I love so much. Hey! Welcome to my channel. So glad you're here. We'll begin by using these three colors. You can use any colors that you like. These are the colors that I had that I thought looked quite well together. Just to kind of show you the names of them. Some of these are scratched off, but that is Garnet Glitter. Love the sparkles. And that is a violet color. And Dusty Rose. I use this in a lot of projects and I love this color so much. You'll just cut off a section of each of these. And then roll them out into cylindrical shapes. While I am doing that, I just want to welcome everybody to my channel. So glad you could join me this wonderful Tuesday afternoon. I hope you enjoy this video. And if you are new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I would love to see you every Tuesday. Please leave me a comment below. I do love chatting with everybody. And just let me know anything. You like the video, where you live, how things are going in your world, what kind of clay projects you like to do. I'm going to use some black clay also. So I'll just roll that out. And flatten that. And you do want the thickness to be relatively thin compared to your cylindrical shape in the middle, as you'll see there. With each of those, I will roll them up in the black clay. I'll be working on a piece of paper, and I have my little tubes that I rolled out and put in the freezer, and I'm just setting them on this ice pack just to keep them nice and frozen in my very hot room while I slice up each individual one. And this is going to help keep its shape better. And you might want to turn the clay a little bit and roll it too, especially if you have hot hands in a hot room. These are all of my pieces. Very thin, or as thin as I can get them. I'm just laying them on the paper, and this will help leach some of the oils out of there, make them a little bit firmer. And I have this color here. It's a beige. I love it. Cut off a section. And you'll want to roll that out. And that's about how thick mine is. You do want it to be pretty thick because we are going to roll it out again. And you'll just take each one of your little sliced little tubes here, and if it's not in the most perfect round shape, you can always use your fingers and manipulate it a little bit to make it a little bit more round. And then you will begin placing those on the beige clay. You can use as many colors or color combinations as you would like. I just chose the three. And when placing them on the clay, be sure to space them out quite a bit. That way when we roll it out in a minute, that the colors don't become all smushed together. I want them to be separate little dots or bubbles. And that is a side view, so you can see the different thicknesses. Just place it on a piece of paper. I'm just going to use my hands and fingers to gently press it into the clay before rolling. And then just very gently rolling with the barest, lightest pressure. And you'll see that I didn't space some of them out far enough, and they did get to where they touched each other, but they are still very much separate entities, and they're not like a big blob. So they came out good in the end. And since I'm making a bracelet, I do want to make sure that I cut my pieces to fit my wrist. I have very small wrists, so I don't need a lot of clay here. But I'm just kind of putting it up to my wrist, comparing it to see exactly how long I will need to make it. And I will be making 2 of them, about the same width. Just cut out your shapes. I'm just cutting out 2 rectangular shapes. You can stack one on top of the other so that you can make them the same size. I'm going to use some of the pieces that I cut away and the extra dots that I have to make my piece thicker and to give it a nice pretty backing. Take all of those scraps. You could use other scraps if you don't have anything left over from this project. And then chop it all up. Mix it up, push it back together, use your fingers to kind of flatten it, get everything smushed together. No rhyme or reason here. It'll come out different for everybody. And then just start rolling it with a roller to get everything smooth, joined together, and flattened. And actually made quite a pretty piece on its own, so you could do something with this if you wanted. I will be using this for my backing. And since each side looks different, I'm going to choose the side that I want to be facing out and put that down, facing my work surface. I do need to stretch it out just a little bit because my shapes don't quite fit on there. And then now they do. So I'll just place my shapes on there and cut out the backing. I'm placing mine on this glass cup. You can place it on any rounded surface that you have that you can place in your oven, safe for baking. I am kind of doming it in the middle so that it is more domed and rounded. And I will bake that. My pieces are baked. This is them. Looking good, looking good. Now it's just about assembling it. One will be the top and one will be the bottom. And in the end, I actually love the way this came out. This is a rope that I cut away from a necklace chain. I bought a whole bunch of these from BB Craft. And I didn't have any other kind of wire, so I just used this. So cut that away. And I can use that for my project. You gotta use your supplies for everything that you can. And I have some stretchy cord. For the wire, I'm going to drill 2 holes. One here and one here on both sides so that I can put my black cord through. And my hole, I did not drill large enough. I could have drilled it a little bit larger, but I thought I'll just take this stick pin and kind of poke that cord down in there so that I can get it through that hole and out the back. And you want to make an X, so you'll do a diagonal, placing in the cord opposite each other, and then you'll come up through the back of the one piece and over the top of the next piece, so you can get your X shape like that. And then go ahead and tie a knot in your piece. Make sure it's good and tight so that it will support your bracelet. I have this stick pin with the little metal stopper on the end and this little plastic bead that I will place on there. It's like a clear see-through bead. Love the way it looks. And I drilled a hole in one end of my bracelet. Placed my stick pin through there. You want to make sure that it has a little bit of give so that the wire can wrap around and under the bead. So just cut away so that you have enough wiggle room. And then glue that stick pin in. Just a little dot of super glue down there. And then place it in your bracelet. Make sure the bead is on the outside so everybody can see how pretty it is. And then place it in that hole and make sure that it doesn't pop out the back since it is a little bit bigger than that space. Make sure it lays flush down there. Hold it for a second. And there you go. Now you have your bead set in place. And it still moves. And we'll place in the stretchy cord on the other side. You want to make sure that you have it the right length so it fits around your wrist comfortably. Place your cord through the hole. And then just tie a really good knot in there. I had to do it like 5 or 6 times to get it nice and stuck so that it did not move around. And then measure that to go around to make sure that it is the correct loop size. And there you go. You can put it on. Show you how easy it is there to put it on. Just lay your wrist on a flat surface and then close it up. I love the way this came out. I plan on wearing it every day. I really, really like it. I hope you liked this video. I hope you like this pattern, and maybe you can come up with your own bracelet idea just using the pattern. Very simple, very easy, not a lot to it, not a lot of supplies, and that's what I love. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!